What our listeners may not realize is that Shayne and I were both at FCRR, the Florida Center for Reading Research, back in the day. So it's good to be reconnected with you, Shayne, and talk to you about your current research. We like to start every episode with how your story started. So what inspired your career in education and literacy specifically?
So literacy was always a key element of what I now know to call my home literacy environment. So my mom was a former high school English teacher before she became a preschool teacher and director, and she just loved reading, loved literature, loved poetry. So that was always something that was around. We went to the library regularly. I remember crying when we had to donate books to the library because I didn't want to give up any of my books. But I couldn't get any new ones unless I did that. So I went along with it. And my dad wasn't much of a fiction reader or reading for pleasure, but he liked to read to know things. So we always got the local town paper, the county newspaper. He would get magazines like Popular Science. He was constantly putting things together, so he might be reading directions and instructions for something. So I just grew up where, like, as a family, you got up and read the newspaper, and reading was something you did for enjoyment. And I was really lucky that reading was something that came rather easily to me. I remember the first book that I read on my own. It was called The Secret Cat. It's actually still on my bookshelf at home.
Still in print?
I don't know that it's still in print, but it's still on my bookshelf.
That's great.
And so I was really motivated to read. I really enjoyed reading. And I was really upset at the idea that this was not the reality for all kids and for all of my friends. And so I really just was interested in, well, how can we do this better? And second to that, so a second piece of that is that I went to the College of the Holy Cross, which is in Worcester, Mass.
Yes, my sister went there.
Yes, yes. And my advisor was Professor Annette Jenner, and she had an appointment at the college, but also at Haskins Lab. And she conducted reading research. And so I had opportunities to take seminars and classes with her, and really started to dig into this idea that we can use science in order to understand reading processes, and then we can use that also to inform instructional practices. And so Professor Jenner really supported me during my undergraduate career. I actually had opportunity to do an undergraduate research project, which was titled Beginning Reading Instruction in Massachusetts Public Schools, Research Policy and Teachers' Knowledge and Beliefs. And so really, I think ever since then, I've been sort of on this path.